tight for a second. Hang tight for a second. And as we're kind of getting organized today, we're going to be doing a live from now until ... until kind of whenever. Issues, if there are, let me know. Just let us know. And some stuff and all that sorts of stuff. Keep pretty busy, so that's the good news. We're gonna have a big bunch of fun today. Don't know how long we'll be on the live feed here, but I guess we'll kind of find out. You know, so we'll keep things pretty simple, pretty fun here. As I mentioned before, it's an open discussion, and all that sorts. So would love to have you all chip in any way that you all can or want to, and we'll go from there. So just let us know. And we'll potentially be rolling some. We'll potentially be physically rolling some cartridges, which leads me to my next point. Will be we have the potential to actually roll, like get the paper out and then roll, like I'll show you out to the tube factory, which was so gracious enough to send me some paper cartridges right here. As you can see, I've kind of just started to kind of dig into the actual box here and go from there. So it's definitely been quite the ordeal and stuff. So they were kind enough to do so. They actually make cartridges for a number of calibers as well. This is the tube factory. I have their information in the video description as far as their address and like websites and stuff, but they make a number of cartridge sizes for your muskets and stuff, or your rifles, or whatnot, for whatever you're choosing to shoot, as well as along different timelines as well. So give them a shout out. And again, it's the tube factory and stuff. They will literally ship you a cartridge like this, or any size that you choose. If you go on their website or their Facebook, they have both Facebook and a website. You can check that out in the video description. But anyways, so once you get them, it's actually very, 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 very easy to roll and figure out. Now, I'll admit that what I did last night is I took out a lot of these, the amount that I figured that I would roll today, and I put a mark, like I always do, to mark where it would be for a certain grainage that I want. So that's what I did specifically. Now, everyone is different in how they roll them, and that's fine by me. You can use whatever method you so choose to measure out the powder and such. That is up to you and what you do. Personally, what I did though was I got a tool in which I could measure out the powder using a historic method. beforehand. Of course, I've previously done this, and I have some models at home that I use, or some examples that I have at home in which I measure. And if you can hear me, please let me know if there's any audio issues. If there are, please let me know in the comments. I definitely want to make sure that you all can hear me and such. You all have me sit here for 4 hours and then only to find out, oh, we couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you. Heaven forbid. So just please let me know if that's the case. If it is, please let me know, and I can always try to restart it, or whatever the case may be, or fix it. But anyways, how now pretty much once the cartridge is like this, I don't know if you all can see the crease right up there, but what I do is I pinch it like this. Once I pinch it at a certain point, I fold it over, and then I tuck it into itself, if that makes sense. Now again, if there's any audio issues, please let me know. It's kind of hard to kind of gauge it sometimes, but either way. Anyways, I'm at Jeffrey from Sandy K Outdoors. I'm at his location. So he is another sponsor of mine. He was kind enough to sponsor me as well. So his YouTube channel, he has a YouTube channel and a Facebook page in which he has. So you'll have to make sure that you go over there and check it out, and let us know what you think. He does a lot of hunting, as well as car camping and such. He does some pretty darn cool stuff. He's done a lot of hunting as well. He has some pretty darn cool videos, so go check out his YouTube channel as well, if that's something of interest. And does some taxidermy as well. So you'll have to check out his social media platforms. I have his contact information in there as well. And we'll go from there. But if you're having trouble hearing me, please let me know. I'd love to make sure that I get this fixed if there is, and get that sorted out. Because again, I don't want to. If you're having audio issues, please let me know. Well, actually, let me know regardless if you can hear me or not. Just as a courtesy, I know that I'm not talking to a wall. So please let me know if you can hear me or not. If you can, please speak up. If you can't, again, please speak up. I want to make sure that you all can hear me perfectly fine before I go too much into this. Because again, I want to make sure you all can hear me. So let me know. Heaven forbid I talk to a wall. Gosh, some people, it is like talking to a wall. But anyways, with that being said, I know that we have a few viewers on here. Please let us know if you all can hear us. If not, let us know. Let us know either way if you can hear us on there. But anyways, we're rolling some cartridges right now, some black powder cartridges. course, as you all can imagine, it's always quite the excitement and such. We always love to be interactive. If you all have any questions, specific questions, please let me know. This is kind of an open Q&A as well, or an open discussion, as you call it. Would love to answer any questions that you may have. And again, if you have any audio problems, please let us know. It might be my end if you can't hear me, so please let me know either way. We're rolling some black powder cartridges. Please don't report me. But again, this is an open discussion, so if you have any questions about my kits or anything, the Rev War kit that I have, the Civil War kit that I'm borrowing and stuff, and as I put mine together, thankfully I'm fortunate enough to have someone kind enough to loan me a Civil War kit for the time being as I put mine together. Thank you to Mr. Massey for allowing me to borrow it and such. Again, we can discuss that. We can also discuss battles, and all that sorts. We can discuss battles. We can discuss museums, locations, areas of historical significance. Again, I'm rolling some black powder cartridges. If you have any questions on how to roll them, I can certainly show you and how to do that. I try to be as transparent as possible. I don't gatekeep like some, and all that sorts. We all know our local gatekeeper of historic information. If I don't have an answer, I'll certainly do what I can to find it, or I'll tell you I don't know. I've been looking around for someone to sew me a pair of gaitered trousers, otherwise known as, supposedly they're called overalls as well, supposedly, for my 18th century Revolutionary War kit. I'm in the process of putting together a British kit, a British line kit of sorts. I'm not gonna mention the unit quite yet as far as which specific redcoat unit I'm joining, until I get further along in the process. I feel that it's necessary to do that until I can get some, make some better headway, because I know that you all will probably have some questions. Oh, what are you going to do with, how are you going to make this or make that? What's your connection for this or that? I'm in the process of learning how to, learning myself as far as some resources that I can use myself, because I'm, I'm trying to find some sources, some places that I can use to make my clothing and equipment. I currently use this lady in Salisbury, North Carolina, named Janet Pyatt, from the Backcountry Peddler. I have her do some of my clothing, or have had her make some of my clothing. I'm currently having her make me a pair of regular trousers and such. That sorts. So that's the good news. So I just got tired of sewing my current pair and I figured before my current pair gets too far gone, I thought that I'd better get a new pair made. I know there was a situation or two in which someone had been trolling my trousers, but yet has never offered a solution. I personally do not sew my clothing. My fingers are too big to hold the needles. There's other issues involved in that. So I personally am not able to sew. But the situation involving it was that there was a complaint or two. I'm not going to address the situation other than that, than the fact that if someone's going to make a complaint, offer a solution in which you can go about it to help the person get to where they want to be, or to where you want them to be. Because if you're going to complain about someone's kit, help them improve it. Never have I ever, I have never ever criticized someone's kit without giving them a solution. So that's, my conscience is clear of that. And you can take that to the bank. I have never criticized someone without offering them a solution. And I would like the same. Now, I know, okay, yeah, one of my friends just texted me asking how much powder I'm putting in to each of my cartridges. I am putting about 90 grains into some of these cartridges that I'm currently making right now. These are going to be for reenacting purposes. So these are going to be for reenacting purposes, about 90 grains. Now I know that everyone. Now this is for my brown Bess second model that I have, that I acquired within the past couple months, and of course this is gonna again where the trolls and haters come out. Oh, blah 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 blah. But anyways, I was able to, I was in a situation in which I could acquire one, and thankfully was able to do so. And I took advantage of the situation, and I got a Brown Bess second model. So that's when it was bought. Thankfully, I was able to buy one and be able to afford one. So, to the haters, thank you for motivating me. Anyways, moving on. Okay. I know that I'm getting a mix of texts and messages so far, asking me some questions, I guess. Again, how many grains? Now, my friend just texted me asking me how many grains I use for live firing purposes. For when we live fire a Brown Bess second model, I generally put between 120 and 140 grains of black powder. That's how many I generally put, and all that sorts. And of course, we've just been blessed with all good. We've been blessed with Mr. Jeffries out here to visit. He's in charge of the Sandy K Outdoors channel, and he is one of my great sponsors here. So make sure I have his information in the video description, so make sure that you check it out. And I have that there, so make sure that you do that. Check it out. I have his YouTube channel on there in the video description, as well as his Facebook page. So make sure that you give that a check. Check it out. Subscribe. Check out his cool videos. He does a lot of hunting and such. Hunting and taxidermy and some truck camping videos. And he'll hop on in just a little bit at some point. And again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to answer them. We, in a potential situation, we may very well do some shooting in this video. Very unlikely. Some musket firing. We may not. I'm not sure. Again, please don't report me. Heaven forbid. All for educational purposes. Again. Now, as far as how many grains I use for live firing, I'm going to touch on that again to make sure that I emphasize that. I put anywhere between 120 and 140 grains of black powder. Okay, guys, if you all want to be interactive, great. I would love to have you all interact. Do I need to say something controversial in order to get you all more involved? I'm just kidding. But if you all have any questions, please let us know. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions and do what I can to help you out. Now, as far as I know that okay, yeah, I know that I'm getting some questions through text message as well as messenger. You all can use the video the video platform in order to ask questions. You know that, right? Because you all can definitely use that. No one's gonna harm you. But anyways, so what is my favorite time period? To reenact in American history? That is a very good question. I can't say I have a favorite time period in which I like to reenact, but I do have time periods that I currently reenact, if that makes sense. So, okay, I'm trying to look, okay. So some of the time periods that again, I don't have a favorite particular time period that I like to reenact, but I do have a time period in which I that I like to reenact. I can't say I have a favorite because I like them all. I've done an event or two I've done a World War II event or two. I've done a couple of those. I've done a couple of World War II events, World War I, like one or two. I don't have a full-out kit for it. Thankfully, I was surrounded by people who were able to loan me stuff for World War II. Thankfully. So they were kind enough to do that for me. And I've also reenacted 1812 over the years, once or twice. Thankfully, I was able to use some of my stuff from Rev War. Again, not all of it transfers over from Rev War, but some of it will, some of it won't. That's the thing that you got to keep in mind. especially if you do multiple time periods, is you got to make sure that some of the, especially if you want to repurpose some of your stuff, you got to be very careful in which you, uh, like in how you do it, because not everything will transfer over. Um, so you got to keep that in mind when you do that. I know that for certain Rev War impressions, of course it's Rev War, with certain Rev War impressions, some of it will transfer over to other time period related things. Some of it won't. I mean, and plus some of it's regional too. Some of the impressions are regional. Um, don't mind me as I have a Gatorade. It's hot out here, kinda, but so don't mind me, guys. But again, if you all have questions, please let us know. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions any way that I can. If you want to talk trash too, that's fine. Just don't report me, and just keep it under, you know, keep it appropriate. Nothing better than building the algorithm, right? But anyways, I must say that, heck. Oh, and by the way, for those that don't know, I bought a cartridge box, a very good one. I bought one from my friend Kenny Cartwright here. Did a marvelous job. He hand stitches it. Did a great job on it. Even cut out the wood box and he drilled the holes for it. If you're interested, let me know, and I will pass along the information to you all. I'd be more than happy to do so. Cartridge bag, cartridge box, so that's a cartridge box. So, hope that you all like it. It's a good one. I liked it. It was very well priced, and he does a great job on all of his stuff. And yeah. Anyway, we are rolling some black powder cartridges right here. Let's see how bizarre we can make this video. Anyways, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Now, as far as my Civil War kit that I'm borrowing, I'm doing artillery, Confederate artillery. Please don't get mad. You gotta have opposing forces. Hello doggy, how you doing? We gotta show off the wonderful doggy here. This is the dog here, Mr. Jeffrey's dog. Very nice dog, by the way. And so I'm trying to keep my phone and stuff in the shade. Dog's name. What's your name? I keep forgetting the dog's name. Anyways, so basically, I do Confederate artillery from the Waccamaw Light Artillery. They are based on the coast of South Carolina, right by, kind of like near Conway, South Carolina. So Conway, South Carolina, Georgetown, South Carolina, and some of like the coastal areas around there. Fort White. If you go onto going onto the Waccamaw Light Artillery Reenacted, you'll see some very cool photos and some videos that you can check out. Some really cool stuff, by the way. So you have to check it out. But we have an event coming up. I'd like to say August. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's late August. It's like the last weekend in August. And it's going to be in Richmond, Kentucky. Yes, Richmond, Kentucky. I said that right. We are going to be reenacting the Battle of Richmond. The Battle of Richmond, Kentucky. And I'm going to be doing a video on that, so on location. So stay tuned. And so stay tuned. You'll have to check out that video in late August, early September. And then the unit itself, the Waccamaw Light Artillery, as a reenactment unit, we are planning on going to Hurricane Shoals this year. So it's going to be pretty fun. This will be pretty exciting. Get to see some cool stuff. So you'll have to check out videos. So some good news is that the unit has the Waccamaw Light Artillery as well as the Francis Marion Brigade have a drone. They have a drone in which we are going to be filming a lot of our reenactments and events using that drone that the unit has. And I'm sorry, I have to make things obviously obnoxiously clear, so I apologize. Heaven forbid someone misunderstands what I say, misinterprets it, and all that sorts. But we have a drone that we are using, that the Waccamaw Light Artillery is using, as well as the Francis Marion Brigade are using, and it's actually pretty cool because it offers a different perspective on the battles and such. Whereas opposed, I was previously using just my GoPro, which was really cool. The GoPro, oh gosh, the GoPro uses a lot of, or has a good perspective, but the drone offers something even better. Well, I shouldn't necessarily say better, but it offers a different view that's just as good, because it offers a more aerial view. So that's been quite the ordeal in having to navigate that. It's been a lot of fun. Oh yes, okay, great. Great questions, you all. So far, I know that a few of my buddies are asking questions. which are always nice. Yeah, I guess I guess, but anyways, um, the drone has been really nice to use and has offered a very cool perspective from, of the battles and such, and has offered additional footage to share with the public. Again, I know that I mentioned earlier, kind of on a topic that I find is very, very relevant, in no matter the time period that you reenact, is people who gatekeep information, no matter how big or how small the information is. I find that people tend to gatekeep, and it's ridiculous. I don't know why people do that. Um, I think that it just makes the hobby less fun. Well, I don't know about necessarily less fun, but it makes things frustrating. I will put it that way, is that it makes things frustrating. Um, and it's sad because people such as myself or others who love learning, I personally love. Oh yeah, the dog's name is Teddy. I'm sorry. Oh, as wonderful four-wheeler down there. I don't know if you all can see. He does a lot of CDK outdoors. Does a lot of cool stuff, and all that jazz. Again, he'll be on here in a little bit. At some point, uh, we both kind of have our own little schedules, which is nice. But anyways, that's kind of one thing that kind of bothers me, is people who gatekeep information and all that sorts, and it's ridiculous. Because I find that no progress is made when people like. Um, I find that there's no progress made within the hobby to progress it in a positive way when people gatekeep. Um, and I find it frustrating, especially for people such as myself who love learning and passing, you know, I enjoy passing on the things that I learned or that I learned, hence the YouTube video or the YouTube videos and stuff that I make. I love telling people about the battles and uh, and some of the demonstrations that I see that are happening out there and such. I love sharing all that information, which is why I find so in a kind of in a sense, as I mentioned, I find it frustrating when people gatekeep information within the hobby, no matter what time period you reenact. Um, I mean, you can be Civil War, Revolutionary War, you can be French and Indian War, you can be World War One, World War Two. No matter the time period, I find that there is always gatekeeping, and it's sad because for people such as myself who love learning and who love passing on information to others, um, it just makes things frustrating. I mean, I personally love sharing the things that I learn, as I mentioned, because I find that there is no better way to hinder a hobby or ruin things than people who gatekeep. I find that sharing the information that you learn or things that you learn in general, um, and passing it on to people who also want to learn, makes the hobby a heck of a lot more fun and enjoyable, and also uh, just in general makes things a heck of a lot better. I mean, why would you want to gatekeep information? Um, I personally don't see a point in it. I mean, what are you trying to do? Ruin something great? I mean, there's a lot of good things about reenacting. Um, that I personally enjoy. There's a lot of things that I've learned, and actually what's so funny is that I learned a heck of a lot more about history within the first 4.5 years of me reenacting than I did in 20 years of than I did in 20 years of uh, education. That like going to high school, middle school, lower school, even college and stuff. And it's because it was now that's not to knock our educational system, because I'm not trying to do that. But I found that by getting a hands-on, experience, uh, has helped me drastically learn more about history. Um, Now, again, if there's any audio issues, please speak up. Regardless, if there's, if you can hear me, great. Speak up. If you cannot hear me, speak up too. Regardless, let me know, just so I know if there's any audio issues or not. Don't rely on the next person to speak up. If you can't hear me, please speak up, just so I have an idea. It'd be pretty funny though if I got like 2 hours into this only to find out that no one could hear me. Heaven forbid. Um, but anywho, definitely make sure that you all keep an eye out. Now, don't be afraid to like and subscribe to my channel. I definitely appreciate you all and all that you all do and such. It's always nice to hear from you all and keep you all up to date on all my outings and doings and stuff. So make sure that you all like and subscribe. It's always nice to get that. And as I mentioned, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Would love to answer your questions. We're rolling cartridges right here. And again, one of my sponsors is the Tube Factory, and I have their information in the video description. So make sure that you give them a look-see. And they're actually reasonably priced. They're actually very well priced, and it's actually very fair. They're actually very fair. The Tube Factory, their prices are really fair. They make good quality cartridges as well. Great quality. Now for those that are familiar, I make some darn good cartridges. Thankfully, I was taught by some nice, at the time I was taught by some really good people at the time that were kind enough to show me how to do it. And I've since improved since then with my cartridge rolling through lots of practice. And now, but even with my improvement, it's still, these from the Tube Factor are still very, very good. And I would buy these and such. And all that jazz. Now, as far as how much black powder I put into each cartridge, for my brown Bess, I put, for reenacting purposes, I put about 80 to 90 grains. I personally don't see any reason to put any more. I guess you could put 100 grains if you wanted. That works too. I personally wouldn't put much more than 100 grains into your brown Bess musket. I personally wouldn't, for reenacting purposes, because at that point you're just throwing powder around, and it's like, well, gosh darn, what am I doing? I'm wasting powder. So unless you're live firing, I probably wouldn't put much more than that. Now, if you all have any questions, please let us know. I would love to answer your questions and answer them in any way that I can. Uh, and also, as kind of as a side point, I can also talk about my cast ironware and how to effectively clean, uh, maintain, and season your cast ironware. So I can go in discussion on that. And we have all kinds of uh, information on historic methods on how to do that, as well as modern methods. As far as historic and modern methods that you can use to clean, season, and maintain your cast ironware. And contrary to popular belief, I'm going to make a bold statement here. People will go on and say, no, they did not use lye soap to clean their cast ironware. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. And lye soap is way stronger than your general Dawn dish soap. So for those that sit there and say, "Oh, they didn't use that to clean their cast ironware," yes, they did. Um, they used lye soap to clean it. Um, show me a source that doesn't say that they did, and I'll show you a source in which they did. Show me a source that says that they did not, and I'll show you a source that says that they did. Um, but anyways, as far as what you can use to season your cast ironware, you can use bear grease. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you all can. But anyways, you can use bear grease to season your cast ironware. Or you can, as far as like a historical season, you can use that. And I guess seed oil, you can use seed oil to do so as well. Now, as far as to clean your cast ironware, you can use sand from a creek bed. You can also use, there's definitely several things that you can use to actually kind of scrape it off. That's a little bit of, that would scrape off the gunk or the dirt and stuff that you can use. That's very effective. You can use, what is it? You can also use a loofah from a gourd as well, and that would be historically accurate. So for those that want to use historic methods to clean, maintain, and season your cast ironware, you can use those methods. Now, if it's like really dirty, you can also use, what you can do is you can have, for a historic method, you can also hang, like where the dirt is, like the burnt on food. Like what you can do is you can flip the inside of the actual cast ironware towards the fire, and it'll burn it off, or burn it, and make it a lot easier to get it off. And yes, I have used these methods. And what you can also do is slice up potatoes and apples, like an apple or whatever, and you can use it to actually, like what you do is you put some sliced apples, and you can then proceed to heat them up into the pan, put them over a little bit of fire. We have been blessed with Mr. Jeffrey here from our, from Syndicate Outdoors. Pretty cool. He does all kinds of cool stuff. He does some hunting, some car camping, as mentioned before, and also he does some taxidermy, and I have his information in the video description. So make sure that you check that out. We have all kinds of cool stuff with that. We have some videos planned throughout the next several months that you can check out. So stay tuned on that. And also, we have some hunting videos that we can use, or that we're going to be making as well. Um, and we're getting them on board with getting a brown Bess. We're trying to get them to convert over to that as well. So that's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Uh, Good things don't happen overnight, but they do happen. uh, so we'll be having some fun with that. Now, as far as the black powder that I do use a mix between 2 and 3F, and I just mix it up into a bowl because I find that using just 2F affects the ignition a little bit, or even igniting it in some cases. I find that it works a little bit better. Now 3F is great, but it does burn very, very, very hot. So I find that if you get like a mix between 2 and 3F, uh, especially for the pan, it does really, really well. It works great. And oh, yep. Uh, Grateful Hope. Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much. Hello to you, Grateful Hope, and I hope it works out as well too. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Um, and we're more than happy to answer your questions. And if you have any video ideas for things that you'd like to see Jeffrey and myself do, for those that are familiar with his content, he does a lot of hunting as well as some taxidermy and some car camping as well. So please jump over to his page as well. His information is in the video description. Oh yeah. Yeah, just give me some tea, light ice. You know the deal. But I have some apples and some Gatorade here too, if you want. But anywho, don't forget the. Well, what was I? I'm sorry. I've lost my mind. Anywho, I might try to move my operation out into the yard a little bit to get into the shade. If I do, please don't hold it against me. Because I know that it's going to start getting pretty hot out here in the next little bit. You know what? As a matter of fact, that might be what I do. Hang tight. As oh gosh, don't worry, y'all are still there. Don't worry, y'all are still there. No worries. If you still liked and appreciated, my apologies. Don't mind the slight inconvenience. We are getting you all on board. But anywho, just moving a slight bit out here into the shade so we don't burn up too much. And all that jazz. Heaven forbid I get a little bit of shade around here. Positive shade, that is. Okay, great. Sorry for that inconvenience. We're back. Holy cannoli. Okay, yeah, I'm really here alone. Anywho, again, sorry for that. And also, another one of my great sponsors, Albert Meyer. I can't forget him. He is an attorney at law in South Carolina. He does criminal defense, immigration and personal injury. So make sure that you check him out. I have his information in there as well. So you'll have to... Oh, I'm sorry, the old helmet. Yep, the old helmet said, I hope it works out. I'm sorry, I got those comments. The sun was kind of getting in my eyes. I hope it works out too. But also, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I guess we kind of cut out for a second. Anywho, just hang tight. Sorry for the loss in connection for that brief moment. We are back in action. Anywho, again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Here, I'm going to move a little bit further out into the shade. And all that sorts. Because I know that knowing my luck, it's one of those things. Just trying to get some good shade here. And all that stuff. But back in action. But again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Be more than happy to help about any way that we can. And now again, kind of what I was talking on previously, as far as the 2 and 3F powder, black powder. I find that by using a mix of 2 and 3F black powder, I found that it shoots way better than using just 2F powder. In my opinion, I found that it shoots way better than otherwise. So, I mean, it's all personal preference and stuff, but that's just me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to organize everything here as I'm moving further and further away from the actual house. And I'll probably end up right next to that darn tree over there by the end of the video. Ooh, yes, okay. Oh gosh. So yes, I got a text message. Okay. Yeah, can you okay, y'all, I'll address that in a second. But yeah, anywho, so we are rolling some cartridges here. Some of the black powder cartridges here. But anyways, definitely appreciate Albert Meyer. I have his information in the video description. So don't forget to check him out as well. And I know him personally. He does, he's a lawyer down there, Mr. Albert Meyer. But yeah, back to the whole black powder stuff. That's just my personal preference. I prefer a mix between 2 and 3F. I know that some people will say, oh, I prefer strictly just 3F, or just 2F, or just 2F. It's all just personal preference. I mean, you can use whatever you want. 1 second, hold tight. As I move this nice, wonderful fan. Shucks, okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I personally like to use a mix between 2 and 3F black powder, just because I find that it works best for me. Now, I know that everyone's going to have a personal preference in the grainage they personally use. I just find that using strictly 3F or a mix between 2 and 3F works best for me. Now, again, that's just my personal preference, and everyone has their own prerogative. But I find that through extensive use, I have found that doing a mix between 2 and 3F black powder, I have found that it works best, in my opinion. Now, my opinion is just that. My opinion. It is not fact, but that is my opinion. So you can do what you so choose with how you mix it or how you don't mix it, or use just one or the other. Now, here's an example of one of the cartridges that I rolled myself. You can use that as an example. I did roll one of those myself, and all that sorts. And again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions that you may have. Oh yeah. Okay, one of my friends just texted me. Said his question was, have you lost weight? It looks like you have lost a lot of weight. As a matter of fact, I have lost a lot of weight for some personal reasons, personal things. So yes, I'm not going to go into detail about said information, but I will keep that to myself. Don't feel comfortable talking about it on YouTube. But anywho, again, if you all have any questions, this is an open discussion about whatever. I mean, if you all have any questions about how-to videos, or how to do this or how to do that, I can definitely help you all out with that. Not rolling cartridges, or what kind of powder I use, or battle reenactments, some of my best experiences, ask away. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Or get my thoughts on a particular matter. I would love to be able to answer said questions the best that I can, and help you out. But again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. to keep up to date on all the happenings and some of the videos and some of the photos that we get. I want to make sure that you all are first to know about it. Heaven forbid, you got to keep up to date on everything. But it's always kind of nice to have, kind of a good idea what I'm up to and all that sorts. I also have a Facebook group and Facebook page for those that may be interested in joining those, and it's by the same name. Our Living History. But anywho, if you all so as far as one of my you've got another. So as far as like one of my favorite reenactments, well, that's a good question. Good question. I think that one of my favorite was my first year at Camden at the new site. I think that it might have been 2020. It might have been 2020 or 2021 at the new site. I think it was like 2020 or 2021 when it was at the new site, when they first started doing it at the new site though and stuff. That was probably one of my favorite events. And such, it was great. It was like my first year at Camden, or doing Camden, and it's historically been held in November, at least for the past several years. Historically speaking, for the past few years, it's been held in November. And my first night there, it was like 38 degrees or something ridiculously cold. It was like ridiculously cold. And like I brought like a wool blanket and even my sleeping bag, and I still wasn't comfortable. I was freezing my butt off. I don't know why I didn't just get in my car and just jack the heat up and just sleep in there. I had slept in a tent, which is part of the reason why, it's like, oh gosh, I'll still sleep in a tent now, by all means. It's all circumstantial and stuff, but it's one of those things and such. So it's kind of one of those things with it. Now, for those that are watching that have partaken in reenactments, I pose a question. I pose a question to you all that have partaken in reenactments. What are some of the things that you would like to start seeing sites do in order to make the event, like in order to improve the event? What would you do? Now, I have some ideas. There is one site that I think that does a great job at events and such. As far as taking care of their reenactors, I think that's definitely something that sites and event coordinators should do, is make sure that they take care of their reenactors, because if you don't take care of your reenactors, then they aren't going to come back. They're just going to say the heck with you and just not go to your event. So that's why I always emphasize that to a lot of event coordinators and such. Now, one site that does do a good job with that, they do a reasonably good job. They do a pretty good job. They do a great job in taking care of their reenactors. And that's the Museum of the Waxsaws. They do good job at taking care of their reenactors at events, which is nice because it's always nice to. They literally feed their reenactors. They feed them. They give them access to the bathrooms, the full bathrooms and stuff, and they feed them for 3 meals, and all that sorts, which is nice because again, the bathrooms are clean too. Because again, I mean, if you aren't taking care of your reenactors, they aren't going to come back. But that's why I like the Museum of the Wax Sauce for their events. I can refer them to, or I can recommend that event, that site to you all, because I think they do a good job in taking care of their reenactors and stuff. So make sure that if you ever have an opportunity to go to their events, do so. You won't regret it. Anywho, with that being said, again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. We would be more than happy to answer your questions. And in this time, in an hour, I'm pretty slow. I've filled a bin this big. There's probably, if I had to guess, I don't know, there's probably a good 40, 30, probably a good 25, 30 cartridges in here. Maybe a good 25, 30 maybe. Definitely a full cartridge box regardless. Which is the good thing. So make sure that you all that. Another cartridge. Anyways, so that's my one site that I used to really enjoy going to, was them, because they take care of their reenactors. So check them out if you ever have the chance to go. Definitely do so. And then, so if you all have any questions, please let us know. Would love to be able to answer said questions. Maybe I should start up a singing thing to do with singing. Do I need to start singing some Jimmy Buffett? I like mom with lettuce and tomato. Heinz 57 French fry tomato. Big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Well, good God Almighty, which way do I steer for my cheeseburger in paradise? I'm sorry, guys. I had to. If you all have any requests as far as like what sites you'd like me to go to, or like battlefields and such, definitely speak up, and I'll do my best to go to said sites. If you have any requests in that regard, like what sites you'd like to see me go to, or battlefields you'd like to see me go to, I would love to get your requests. Now consider, I live just west, like 15, 20 minutes west I live like 15, 20 minutes west of Charlotte. So please consider that in your recommendations. Now, I don't mind traveling an hour or two or a few hours, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours. Now, if you're going to sit there and ask me to travel 6 to 8 hours just to do a battlefield tour, uh, I'd be less inclined to do so unless I'm heading that way anyways. Um, but I'd be more than happy to at least do a non-in-person video. Like, what I mean by that is I can do a video, but it wouldn't be on site. It would be from afar. And I would describe, the battle and stuff, or whatever the case may be. So you'd have to consider that and such, and go from there. But again, if you all have any questions, please let us know. I would love to be able to answer your questions and such. If you can guess how many cartridges are in here, not that that's going to help much, but if you can take a guess, I invite you to do so. I'm trying to stack them up a little bit better. If you feel like you can give a relatively accurate guess, I challenge you to do so. I personally don't know the answer. I've just been rolling cartridges. But if you can give a guess, I welcome your input. But anywho, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Would love to answer your questions. This is a open forum, like a regular Q&A. Would love to have your input. If you all have any advice or input that you'd like to give me, constructive criticism, I'd be more than happy to, or I invite you to do so. If you have any constructive criticism or input, would love to have it and such. And all that jazz. And just remember, guys, don't smoke around black powder. Don't smoke around black powder, guys. I had a friend that did so. It didn't end very well. As you all can imagine, it didn't end very well for him when he was smoking around said black powder. I do not recommend it. But let me go get some more. Do not go anywhere. Don't forget to like and subscribe as I get more black powder. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I ain't going far, guys. Don't mind my bad singing, guys. Okay, great. I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. If you'd like, I think that we can all sing some sea shanties. I'm always up for a good sea shanty. I might not know the lyrics to all of them, unless you were to post them in the comments here, and I'll sing along with you all. So if you all post some lyrics to a song, to a sea shanty that's period correct, I'll be more than happy to sing along, and we can do so. I love singing. Anyone who knows. But anywho, we'll be all right when the wind is in our sails. We'll be all right with the wind is in our sails. We'll be all right With the wind is in our sail, we'll be going out behind. I'm sorry, okay, maybe I scared, I don't know, did I scare anyone off? I know my singing's not that good, but anywho, no, I didn't scare, oh gosh, okay, the views are up. Great. Anywho, so for those that are, as I said, if you all have any lyrics that you all want to have me sing to, I'd love to do so. Love to do so. Maybe, maybe not. Or you could just tell me not to sing, and that's cool too. Just figured I'd have some fun. But anyways, for those that have any questions, please let us know. Would love to answer your questions or comments. Would love to have you. Love to do what I can to answer them. And go from there. But anywho, if you have any questions, please let us know. Okay. So, yes, a question that was just messaged to me. The question was, where would I recommend getting some shoes, some period correct shoes? I don't know why you all enjoy texting me when you all could just message me in the comments for the video. It's like you all are trying to troll me. It's like, but anywho, as far as where I recommend you get some shoes, I mean, it's all dependent on several factors. I've heard one of my number one rules for buying historic shoes is buying them in person, because at least buying them in person, you know what you're buying. That's one. Two is you at least can try them on to make sure that they fit properly. Because the worst thing that you could do is have someone, like the worst thing that could happen is you try on some or you buy some shoes online without physically trying them on first, and the shoe, when you get them, they don't fit. So you want to make sure that you buy some that you have the ability to try on first and such. So you want to make sure that you try them on. Now, as far as a particular company, I mean, Samson Historical, I think, is where I bought mine. And I've had them for about 7 years. Now, granted, I did have to have them repaired one time, and that was like 3 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago, maybe. But that's gonna happen. You're gonna have to repair your shoes, or just buy new ones. But I bought mine from Samson Historical. Now there is a vendor out there called Daniel Boone of Kentucky. He does some good stuff as far as period correct shoes to the Revolutionary War time frame. So keep that in mind. He does some good stuff. And so keep that in mind for your endeavors. But I'm waiting for Anthony Huss to hop on here and start trolling me. See, I love Anthony Huss. I don't know if I know that some of you all have been around Anthony Huss and I doing some videos and such, and those that have been blessed with his presence in the videos. It's always quite the experience. He's always getting me laughing and stuff. I always enjoy Anthony Huss whenever he's on my videos. It's always a great experience. So Anthony, if you're on there, Anthony, make sure that you hop on and give me some of your comments. 1 second. I was just trying to see where Anthony Huss is. It's not typical of him to not hop on any of my videos and say something, because I always enjoy his his comments and stuff. I always enjoy Anthony Huss's commentary. Some of his comments. He's actually done a few. Him and I have done a few events together, and it's always nice to have him on board. I know some of his commentary is quite the ordeal. I always enjoy listening to him, and he always has something good to say and productive. But anyways, if you all have any questions, please hop on. Would love to talk with you all, have your commentary, whatever the case may be. But something funny, I sometimes forget how to fold in the cartridge, the black powder cartridge that we're doing here, and all that stuff. I sometimes forget how to do it. It's like, am I doing it right? But then I remember, it's like, yeah, I'm doing it right. Just a brain fart. Oh gosh, I gotta stretch out my back a little bit. But yeah, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Would love to answer your questions any way I can and such. If I were the Marion Con, I thank the Lord I'm not, sir. But anywho, 87 minutes we've been going on here. But anywho, I'm still waiting on my buddy Anthony Huss to hop on here, because I always love his commentary. And I always love his comments and all that stuff. He's a great guy, great character. Definitely has some interesting information. He's the one that him and I did a video on some Switchel and stuff. It was pretty funny though. I really had a good time with that though. I don't think that he realized how much fun I had drinking and making or testing out the Switchel and stuff. I found it to be really good. It was a fun experience. Very educational for me too, because I sent him on a researching spree in order for him to do some research on it. And it was great. A lot of fun. Now, for those that are curious, that's the black powder there. But anyways, definitely keep an eye out for some more of our future videos with Mr. Anthony Huss. And but anywho, so this is another black powder cartridge that I'm just rolled now. For reenacting purposes, I'm putting anywhere between 80 and 90 grains of black powder for reenacting purposes. I know that everyone's different, but that's what I do. And if you have any questions, please let us know. I'll do my best to answer. And all that sorts. Oh gosh. I didn't get much sleep last night, guys. I'll admit. Any cockle-doo! Sorry, I'm just heckling the chicken. Don't mind me, guys. Any cockle-doo! But anyways, cockle-doodle-doo! But anyways, you all have any questions? Let us know. And I see some rain clouds. There's some clouds out there in the background. I wonder if it's gonna rain. Oh joy. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you all have any questions, please ask away. Would love your input. Oh yes. Okay, yeah, I got another text message. I told y'all stop texting me and make sure that y'all make your comments on the YouTube. Make your comments on the YouTube, not through text message or messenger. Where is Jeffrey right now? He is out getting me some tea and him some breakfast. And all that sorts. But yeah. Anyways, if y'all have any questions, please let us know. Do y'all want to see me fire off my musket? Do y'all? I brought it with me. I might do that in a little bit. I'm kind of waiting for Jeffrey to get back, I'll be honest. Pretty soon I'll be making some cartridges for hunting purposes. For live firing purposes. Oh, I would never go hunting. Hunting is bad. To see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Six foot, 7 foot, 8 foot up. Some of the text messages I'm getting, or messages and stuff. It's always nice to get a wonderful message with some wonderful input. But anywho, But anywho, if you all have any questions, please let us know, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Right now we are rolling some black powder cartridges, and getting some filled. We run through the city, run to the park, run past the dog with a really good bark, run when it's windy, it really gets old. A Miller 64 is a reward for the bold. The Miller 64, the Miller 64. Here's a good Miller, he cut out the filler, the Miller 64. As I'm rolling some cartridges, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe. I put about 80 to 90 grains in each cartridge for reenactment purposes. Now, for personal live firing purposes, I put anywhere between 120 and 140, 120, 140 grains, approximately. You know, so that's just my personal prerogative. What I do, I'm kind of waiting on Anthony Huss to hop on here and start trolling me, saying some fun stuff, like asking me like if a carat is a measurement, is a measurement standard. Oh yeah, are carats measurement standards? As a matter of fact, they are not. Large carat, small carat, medium small, or medium carat. I don't know. You tell me. But anywho, if you all have any questions about cartridges and stuff or rolling them, please let me know. Would love to be able to answer your questions if you have any. And now we've got a full box of cartridges right here, all in a span of 97 minutes. Oh gosh, I can't shut the container, guys. What do you have to say? Well, gosh darn. Gosh darn, women. How many cartridges are you going to roll? That's a good question. Rolling, 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 rolling. But, zip up my, goodies. As I mentioned before, one of my sponsors is the Cartridge factory, with a tube factory. Is the wonderful tube factory. They were kind enough to sponsor me and all that sorts. And guess we'll have to transfer a few of these cartridges into this bigger box here. So I can't quite put the lid on there. on this particular thing here. Let's hope it fits now. So just got another message. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do hang out with a gentleman by the name of Dave Taylor. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. He's great. He's always been nice to me. Always the fun individual to be around. I always enjoy being around Dave. He's always nice to me. Always been nice. Always has been nice. Just great to be around. Great person. I always enjoy being around Dave. He's great. So if you all ever have the opportunity to meet him, he's great. And stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a better place for these cartridges. And such. Gosh, the messages I get from some of you all. But yeah, if you all have any questions, please let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you all can. It's always nice to keep you all up to date as well as possible, which is another reason why I like to have you all like and subscribe, is to keep up with all my outings and such, and all the great things we do here. Within the next couple months, we'll be going to, well, in August, we'll be going to Richmond, Kentucky. Yes, we'll be going to Richmond, Kentucky for an event, for a reenactment. And as always, it'll be a lot of fun. As always, but I'm just waiting for the cops to show up. As they're seeing some guy, some random rondo rolling black powder cartridges in his front, in his front yard. So what's this guy doing? He's rolling black powder cartridges in his front yard. Not my house. This isn't my house, guys. I don't own a house. I don't own a house. It's not mine. But I can just imagine someone going on and saying, "Oh, William claimed that house to be his," when it's not. It's not my house. When Jeffrey gets back, he's probably out. He probably won't be back for another hour or two. I don't know. I don't know. You never know. He's probably slightly busy. But, anywho. I'm still waiting on Anthony Huss to show up and start making some comments on there. Knowing my luck, he would. Oh, speaking of the devil, Jeffrey's back. He's coming back. Sandy K Outdoors. We're going to get him to roll some cartridges. We're going to get him to pull up a chair and roll some black powder cartridges. How does that sound? Yeah, we'll give him a few minutes to kind of get back in the loop of things. And I'm also rolling some cartridges for his for his soon to be brown Bess when he buys one. Cough cough. Jeffrey's great. Jeffrey's pretty good to be around. But check out Jeffrey's YouTube channel for Sandy K Outdoors. He does some great stuff, by the way. And he does some great stuff. I'm rolling some black powder cartridges for those that want to know. They probably look like from afar. They probably look like a box of doobies or something or whatever from a distance. But anywho, don't forget. One of my sponsors, the Tube Factory. Tube Factory sent some great cartridges and stuff. Oh yeah. They're requesting your presence, sir. Oh yeah, they're requesting your presence, sir. Can't forget. No rush, no rush, no rush. But yeah, anywho, so that's pretty much the ordeal here. But if you all have any questions, comments, recommendations, suggestions, please let us know. Would love to do what I can to answer them. Now, for those that might be curious to know, yes, I have been on a cannon crew. I was with Kingsbury Artillery for a time, a number of years ago. They're a great unit. They're great to be around. Oh, shucks. Shucks. Okay, hold that thought, guys. Hold that thought, y'all. As I move some of this stuff in here, as I predicted, guys, it's gonna get real fun. Just stay right there for a minute. Don't go nowhere. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Just moving all the stuff in here. Stay tuned. Don't worry. Don't panic, guys. We are still here. Still being our marvelous selves. As we are navigating this predicament here. Drizzle. But oh shit. I just sucked into the ground. Don't worry, guys. Sorry for my profanity. I'm sorry, guys. Almost, well, I guess we'll be taking a knee here on the patio here. The seat just sank in a second. We just moved for a minute as it was slightly raining. I always prefer to do my black powder cartridge rolling in an open space. Just for the sake of safety and all. So definitely stay tuned. That's a very good idea. Stay right there for a second, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Just reevaluating my seating situation, y'all. And how I go about it. And such is definitely want to make sure that I get some good seating here, y'all. I don't particularly feel like standing or whatever the whole video, as you all can imagine. We are still here. Okay, I'm back. And out of the rain. This might actually work out better, actually, to be honest. But, wouldn't that be hilarious if it was like a sudden downpour and all that sorts? But, that's the ordeal. If you all have a question, please let us know. Would love to answer your questions any way I can. and all that jazz. But you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Don't mind me. Okay, y'all. I'm back. So anyway, I want to give another shout out to one of my wonderful sponsors, the Tube Factory. They make several calibers of cartridge, and for different time periods as well, different cartridge types and stuff, and different sizes in cartridge as well, that vary in size. Definitely a great place to check out. They make some great stuff, great quality cartridge here as well, and very, very, very reasonably priced as well. I enjoy their stuff. They were kind enough to sponsor me on this, as being one of the sponsors of some of my videos. So they're great. I appreciate them giving me the opportunity to give them a shout out. They have some great stuff, so check them out, please. So they can also put some wadding in there as well, if you so choose, if that's something that you want. They'll do that. No problem at all. They would love to do that for you. Also for different calibers and all. So keep that in mind. But anyways, as I said, I'm rolling some black powder cartridges here, using some, and also their information is in the video description, so you can check that out for their Facebook and for their website as well. So please do so. The website and their Facebook is on there, and they're veteran owned, which is great. They're very knowledgeable. So they pretty much contribute a lot to the reenacting hobby. So don't be afraid to check them out. And I appreciate their stuff. They take out the hard work, or they eliminate, not necessarily take out the hard work, but they help with, help saving you time. Because not that rolling cartridges is very hard, but they take out the time-consuming part, the time-consuming aspect of it all, which is nice, because who wants to sit there for 4 or 5 hours to roll, let's say 100 cartridges? Who wants to do that? Or however many it takes you to roll in 4 hours. No one wants to sit there, and do that. That's very, very, very time consuming. Did I roll the windows down in my car? I'm pretty sure I did. Find out. But also another one of my sponsors is, want to give a shout out to Albert Meyer, who is a lawyer in South Carolina, attorney at law, and he does criminal defense and also personal injury and immigration law as well. So his information is also in the video description as well. So you'll have to check that out. His contact information and website information are in there as well. So definitely check that out. He's certified in South Carolina. He also is a sponsor of this video. Greatly appreciated. As it's raining outside. So thank you to him as well. His information is in the video description as well. Hi, my name is Quagmire. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, you all. If I can get 500 people on here at one time, I will do a front flip, or attempt to do a front flip. Potentially. What about I? Cover that for the time being. So if you all have any questions, please let us know. Would be more than happy to answer them the best way I can, as best as possible. This video is not sponsored by Dino Nuggets, when in fact it's sponsored by completely different people. Just a bad joke, guys. I'm sorry. But anywho, oh shit. Sorry. Don't mind my eating. I just wish it wasn't raining. Although we need it. Back to wonderful cartridge rolling. And all that sorts. I'm not going to mention their names, but I made a comment earlier about someone who smoked while they roll black cartridges. And I sit there and think, as they were doing this, it's like, wow, I've definitely seen it all. And don't forget that we have that Mr. Jeffrey is one of our sponsors of this channel as well. His information for his YouTube channel is in the comment or the video. Well, it's in the video description. So don't forget to check it out. And all that sorts. But for me, this is a rolling black powder cartridges is a very slow process for me, at least for me. I use it as I do it for therapeutic purposes, just to kind of sit down, relax. This is like the first time I've sat down for an extended period of time like this in a long time. For those that know, I always go from like 0 to 100 real quick, and it's like, as soon as I get up, it's like, oh, gotta go. You know, there's like no real in between. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. And stuff. We may hop on here later. I'm not sure. We may ditch now and hop on a little later, depending on the situation. I know that we have some other video plannings that we want to do today, some planning and stuff that we need to handle and stuff. But we'll figure it out. But if you all have any questions, please let us know. We'll do our best to answer them. And we'll go from there. I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. I had a beer for breakfast and it wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. I smoked my mind the night before. Nothing better than a nice song. Once was a man. But anyways, if y'all have any questions about black powder cartridges or the grainage and stuff and whatnot, please speak up. Let us know. We'll do what we can to answer for you. Any questions about American reenacting or any kind of questions about different time periods that you can reenact, let us know. And do what we can to help you out. But anywho, please let us know if you have any questions, concerns. I'd love to be able to help you out. If you have any questions, please let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about reenacting or any part of American history, let us know. We'd love to answer your question any way we can. Or if you want me to give you a shout out, I'll give you a shout out too if you want. I'm the king of shout outs. I'll give you a shout out. Want to hear your name, just let me know. And right now we're rolling some black powder cartridges right now for the brown Bess. For reenacting purposes, you only want to put maybe about 80 to 90 grains in there. For live firing purposes, you can put between 120 and 140 grains. approximately. So that's what I always do. But we are rolling some black powder cartridges. Hang out with us for a little while. Stay a while. Sit down for a while and hang out with us. Ask some questions about reenacting, American history, some of the great museums or historic sites or battlefields I've been to. Ask away. Ask for my input. I would love to help you out. Okay, well, want to thank y'all for checking in. If y'all have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll probably check in a little bit, maybe a little later, maybe, possibly. If not, great talking to you, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe now. Have a great